Hello everyone, welcome to part 11 of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And we're already starting things off with a freaking werewolf. And a level up. Interesting. But never mind that, we are going to explore Olrox's quarters, the inverted version. I thought I was done with that gag. It's hurting my throat. Might even end up with the laryngitis after this. But anyway, we got a couple of overpowered monsters coming up. And that's not even counting the Vandal Swords. Those are annoying too, but the monsters coming up are definitely more annoying than Vandal Swords. Here we have Malachi. No, not Ghost Dancer. Ghost Dancer is weird. Here's Malachi. And oh god, don't knock me into the other room, please. The shape of this creature's head makes me want to call him Scrotum Dome for some reason. Malachi does have that look about him. I'm not the only one that sees it. Malachis are annoying because they shoot this meteor attack that does a good job of staying on screen for ages. God, get out of here. You can duck the attack, in some cases just stand under it, but Malachis also stay in the air too. So you need to do a jumping attack in order to reach these guys. So definitely one of the more annoying enemies in the game, along with pretty much everything in the inverted catacombs. Oh god, the inverted catacombs suck. But we'll be seeing that monstrosity in a fair few parts from now. Now this room is actually dangerous because the floor is spikes. And we got more ghost dancers in the way. They're immune to standing on spikes. But not poor old Alucard, he needs to fly over this crap. My floating sword is having too much fun killing creatures of the dead. Shall I put my sword in timeout? Maybe it's time to switch to the fairy. On second thought, nah. Anyway, this is the save room. It's going to be the room above us. That's going to have the Alucard mail. Your starting equipment, which may be outdated at this point, but it's still good to put on. Yeah, we got it! Now we can style on some enemies as we kill them. I'm going to replace the Fury Plate with the Alucard mail and we should be good. So let's explore more of the inverted castle's secrets. The inverted version of Olrox's quarters, or as I like to call him, Zorlox, because it's upside down. That is how you spell Orlox if you put it upside down, right? Zorlox? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That's some Kingdom Hearts shit, just rearrange the name slightly. Even when I was younger playing Kingdom Hearts 2, I was like, yes, we know Roxas is just an anagram of Sora. Except with an X. Here are the flying zombies. You want to aim for their torsos to hinder them. And a random Cthulhu is here? Why is he here? That was always the most misplaced enemy. Why are Cthulhus here? They're like level 5. I'm already level 20, at least. Actually, no, I took a look back at the recording and I'm currently at level 35. That's still too damn late for a Cthulhu to show up here. Why are they here is my question. I'll take that life up, thank you very much. I'm going to need all the life ups I can get. Despite this game having some of the easiest bosses of all time, Dracula and this extra boss is going to be a challenge. Okay, that's the best death scream in the game. I don't care what anybody says, that is absolutely perfect. That's going to take me back to the gladiator pit. I do not want to do that. Down here you will find this enemy that was a boss in the regular castle. I forgot which location, I think it was the clock tower. Well, it's a reskin, it's the Karasumin, and they're still just as easy to take down. In fact, I don't even think I killed him, he just took himself off the screen. That's one way to do it. We're about to stumble upon the boss of the reverse quarters. It's going to be the Mummy. Or as his actual name is, Ahmedin III. The second, not the third. Akmadin's strategy is trying to grab you and toss you into a freaking wall. Good thing walls don't hurt that much. It just makes the player look like an utter tool when hit by that attack. The mummy does have a field of poison, which does not do damage, but it also takes away some of your damage output. So you want to find some way to get around the poison clouds, which is usually just to jump to the other side of the mummy. Damn it, he does not grab me this much. He's usually a very slow target, but in this boss fight he grabbed me out of the air 3 times already. Just die already. Oh wait, you're already dead. Well, die again! That's the slowest death animation in the whole entire game. Unless if there's anything slower than that, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we just got the Rib of Vlad. We just need a few more items so that we can unlock the final battle. And I already lost count of how much of Dracula's equipment I actually have. But at this part of the game, do you really want to take on Dracula? You're not even fully powered up yet. Don't get me wrong, it is possible to take down Dracula without all of the power-ups, but it's going to be tough. Here's another heart max up, and that's actually it for the upside down version of the quarters. So I cut back to the room with the giant vertical shaft. There's still much more I need to explore, mainly the Alchemist Lab. That's where I want to go next. My method is to take on one side of the castle before I move on to the next. I may miss a few rooms here and there, but I am trying to get the best ending. Which is easier said than done, but you can do it. Probably not need to go back to the castle keep, but doing it anyway. I guess I was just testing the teleporter. Back to the Malachis and their giant FF7 meteors. The meteor actually looks like one big spitball. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know what graphics they're trying to pull off with that sprite, but it don't look good. Does not look good at all. The Skull Force Field does look good though. I do like that. As well as, well, pretty much every other animation in this game. Pretty cool knowing that Sony was a bit stricter on side-scrolling video games back in the day. That was indeed a thing. And thankfully Capcom stood up to Sony on that one because holy crap. If that hadn't happened, this game would have just been a Japanese-only Saturn game for the longest time. So I guess the moral of the story is competitors can actually help you out in the long haul? Maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, we just got the Sword of Hador, or Hador or Hater? I'm guessing it's Hador, so I'm just gonna pronounce it as such. This sword is nothing too special, it's just harder hitting and it has slightly larger reach. The portrait for the Hador suggests that it has shadow attacks, but no, it doesn't even have that. Maybe there's a special attack or something for the Hador, I'm not quite sure. I don't know everything about this game despite playing it for 25 plus years. Going through this direction will take you to the central clock room. That's where the endgame is going to be, but I don't have all of Dracula's pieces. Which I have 2 or 3 more to discover? I'm not really keeping count because I'm exploring the whole castle anyway. That is something I will give the upside down version of the castle for. It's free roaming. It's definitely way more free roaming than the first castle, that's for sure. In the regular castle, you need to get the jewel open so you can unlock 2 more areas, and then from there it just splits off. Here though, you can go anywhere you want. It's good to see the armory is still intact, but I don't really need the weapons. Actually, I do need the clock for something. It's just to unlock the other statue, much like the regular castle did. This chamber generously gives you a free life up and a heart up, so that's good. And with that, I'm going to leave the room, apparently. No, get the clock! Past me forgot about that part, apparently. I don't even know when I record the raw gameplay of this. It may have been in early October at least. I was also recording Spider-Man 2 at the same time. That playthrough is going to be up later this year. And that is a long one. It's a blockbuster. Because everybody loves blockbusters. Especially the store. Damn, I miss blockbusters. Somebody please bring that store back. And have the same layout. We could just rent out old PS2 games and have old DVDs of the Avengers or something. Or better yet, Tomorrow Never Dies. I remember my parents rented that movie once and I loved it. I don't care what anyone says. Tomorrow Never Dies, fantastic movie. But if you compare it to GoldenEye, then yeah, TND is definitely a downgrade. But out of the 30 or so Bond movies, those are my two favorites. As well as Skyfall. Okay, wait, stop, time out. I'm not ready yet. I don't think I'm ever ready for this, actually. That's one way to bypass those guardian assholes. Just run right through them. Now this place is where the game throws a major curveball. The floors are booby-trapped with spikes that move very quickly. And look at the damage. 53 HP for each hit. Now that is absurd. I am equipped with the best armor I can get my hands on at the moment, so these spikes they flat out hurt. It doesn't matter what type of armor you have on, if you get hit by these a couple of times, you are going to die. Can't believe I have to use a potion for this, but it's going to help. That's going to buy me some time. And you got these green skeletons called the Nova Skeletons. And their beam attacks do a lot of damage, just like the spikes. And I don't know if it's just me or if it's the sprite detail, but it looks like the green skeletons shoot lasers out of their groins. Talk about big dick energy, am I right? Now, the Nova Skeletons are probably the most dangerous enemies in the game. They're definitely the most dangerous skeleton types. The safe room is going to be on the left side. I just need to heal up real quick. Despite a few devious traps, this game is still on the easier side compared to other Castlevania games. The game to come out directly after this, which was Circle of the Moon, was definitely way more difficult in comparison. The same can be said for Harmony of Dissonance and sometimes Aria of Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow is weird. It's simultaneously easier and harder than Symphony at points, so I can't really gauge Aria too much. The DS games I don't have too much knowledge on outside of Portrait of Ruin, and that game's definitely harder than this game. Dawn of Sorrow, I think, has stupid stylus minigames that not too many people are fond of. I don't know. I've never played Dawn of Sorrow, and I haven't really touched Order of Ecclesia too much either. I've only played that one for about 20 minutes. And I do plan on getting to the DS games eventually, but I'm not even sure how because I can't record DS footage just yet. Unless Konami decides to re-release the DS games on the modern console, I'm kind of screwed at the moment. Unless by the time I finish Aria of Sorrow I find a way to record DS footage on my computer. Yeah, no, I can't promise that. I can't promise that. My computer is crap, it's just lucky enough to run Super Nintendo games. But if you're looking forward to me playing the DS games in 5 or 10 years, there is a possibility, but I can't really deliver right now. The GBA games though, I will get to those eventually. Especially Aria. I love Aria of Sorrow. That is my favorite game of the bunch. This is the only inverted castle theme that does not sound all that menacing. That honestly threw me off at first. But hey, I'll take it, it sounds relaxing at least. trading blows, I see. Who's gonna come out on top? Oh, the sword wins, of course. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, here we are in the inverted caverns. This place gets more and more dangerous the further down you go, and it's only because of one enemy, the blue Venus weeds. They absolutely suck. You want to know why? Their attacks are hard-hitting, and they do a good job of keeping you away from them. The Venus weeds have a stupid amount of range. It also doesn't help that this Rock Knight... Yeah, I see what you were going for, Konami. It doesn't help that that Rock Knight was there. Good thing he's dead, though. What you want to do for the Venus Weed on approach is duck and not attack. Whenever you're ducking, you will tank the hit and stay in place. You will still take a bit of damage, but it's not that much compared to getting flown back. The Rock Knight still hurt though, cheap bastards. I always hated that enemy. Here's a neat little thing you can do with the werewolf transformation in water. I don't know why I used to do this when I was younger, but here, I'm gonna show you. If I can even pull it off correctly, damn. Whenever you transform into a wolf and then turn back human, Alucard will do this tiny hop. Now if you touch the water as the dog, you'll turn back. But if you rapidly press the transformation button, and I do mean rapidly press it a lot, like 100 times or so, you'll float upwards. I can't even begin to explain how I figured out to do this when I was younger. I must have been bored or something and I was fucking around, I don't know. But that's one way of doing it. The normal way is using the gravity boots. That will pretty much skyrocket you to the ceiling, and you don't have to worry about the physics of the water screwing you up. Just another demonstration that Alucard can indeed float in water. Still the worst enemy types in the whole entire game. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. And this pentagram is hard to get. Ah yeah, I'm getting pushed back by the current. You need a well-timed jump and then work against the physics, but I'm having a hell of a time doing that. You win this time, pentagram. Gonna have to come back later. This video's already going on long enough. Here's a useless garnet that I'm going to sell to the merchant. Or the librarian, not the merchant. This is an RE4. And now that I think about it, there hasn't been a survival horror Castlevania game. They're mostly just platformers. I would like to see that type of approach for a Castlevania title. Only one, of course. I wouldn't want the whole series to become a survival horror just because. That would be fucking weird. But if Konami does decide to pick up Castlevania again, I don't know what I want. Actually, yes, I do know what I want. Give me a joyous Belmont game in 1999, damn it. Make it another Metroidvania or hell, a Classicvania if you really want to, and just end the franchise on that. But no, we can't have that. Konami's being Konami and they just stuffed Castlevania in the fridge for over a decade. And no, I'm not talking about mobile games on phones and crap like that. I'm talking games that were released on consoles and freaking handhelds. I'm talking about those Castlevania games, which we'll probably never see any of those ever again. Oh, I'm just surprised that Konami decided to bring back Contra again. As well as Way Forward, which is the only reason why I'm going to get this new Contra game. Way Forward is developing it, and I loves me some Way Forward. Well, 90% of the time. They're good developers. They're definitely going to whip Konami back into shape with this one. Right? Right? Well, we won't know until the new Contra game comes out in 3 months or so. There she is, the one and only Alucard shield. Something that I will never equip. Not unless I equip the shield rod as well, but nah, I ain't going through the trouble of doing all that. And this is me jumping around like an idiot just for the good ending. This game is archaic about the good ending, I swear. I'm sure people are fine with just getting the standard good ending, which is not the good ending, but no, I gotta go extra. I want Alucard to be happy for once. He deserves it. Alucard is one of the more tragic characters in the series. You might as well give him a happy ending. In however way you interpret the happy ending that is. This looks like the very beginning of the game, except everything is upside down. So instead, this really should be the end of the game. No, it doesn't work like that. The inverted castle entrance is freaking dangerous because it's got more of those Phoenix Suite enemies that suck, as well as more dangerous enemies and the like. We got Nova Skeletons in the area too. You already know the deal with those guys. Crotch lasers! They seriously need to get that checked out. They're not the only enemies in this location though, as we got a couple more. Including these Jacko Bones. They're pretty standard. They're not that dangerous, but they're just annoying to take on. And then we got the Ouroboros, which is strangely not eating itself. If that's what an Ouroboros is. I don't know the terminology of snakes, I just know what they're called. It doesn't even look like a snake anyway. Oh, we also got... oh shit, I'm in a rough place here. Freaking crotch lasers. Oh, it's all over my face. No, get it away from me. Get it off. Jesus Christ, that's probably the worst part in this whole entire game. But if you kill one of the Ouroboroses, they'll circle around the screen around Alucard, but they won't touch you. They can't even hurt you. It's kind of weird that they do that, but I guess it's mimicking eating its own tail? Like an Ouroboros would? Shit, I'm not even at the fucking part of Mega Man X6 where I'm dealing with Ouroboroses. And I'm dealing with Ouroboroses here. Oh, let's get the fairy back out. We haven't seen her in a little bit. Hopefully she's doing just fine. The empty parts of the map that I don't have filled out, that I know don't have stuff in them, I'll just rediscover those off screen. Anyway, taste my wolf blood fury, ya bitches! I feel accomplished doing that. Now I can take on the whole entire world! Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next part. After I kill these blue... okay, well, she's dead, but there's another blue Phoenix Suite in the room. She needs to go down too.